Hello guys, it's Prodigy FX. Yeah, so this is actually a throwback on the trade I took on Saturday, BTC USDT. So yeah, my thinking processes and then the plan made before taking this trade. So first of all, before you enter any trade, you have to know the conditions of the market, what the market actually is doing, whether it's trending or it's consolidating. So at this point, I came to my charts. First of all, I went to the daily and then looked for my support and resistance zones. So here was a previous support which price broke through every tested and then moved impulsively to the downside. So price at this point was consolidating between these two zones. Price got here, came down, got down here, came back up. So that's basically consolidation. Price moving sideways. So upon seeing this, what I did was I saw price make a touch over here, that's previous resistance, and gave an impulsive move to the downside, and the price came back up here. It wasn't able to break this low, came back up to touch the resistance. So what I did was I scaled in. I realized price actually made another impulsive move to the downside from this region. So upon seeing that impulsive move to the downside, I knew okay, so price is ready to come back to touch this support or demand area. So I came to my chart and I saw price giving this correction. Remember, whenever price moves in an impulsive way, there's usually a correction, that is a brief pause in price to gather more orders to go the direction of the impulse. So I saw this impulsive move to the downside. Price did what? Broke through the support, and then after breaking through the support, I saw price giving us this impulsive move upwards. So on the 4H, what I was looking out for was price to form some sort of pin bar. So I knew here was a previous support. When price breaks through support, it becomes what? Resistance. Price broke through support impulsively, and then gave us a correction to the upside. Gave us what? Resistance. So I saw this pin bar and I knew okay, price is giving us this pin bar. That's usually a reversal mistake. And remember, you have to pay attention to these candles at highly probable places, not just anywhere. My moving average was pointing downwards. 50 SMA was also downwards, and price hits support, make previous support, now a resistance. So I scaled into the 1H, and then in the 1H, what I did see was price gave us this impulsive move after breaking this trend line. Remember, every strategy works. You just have to find a way of understanding how it works in the market. So I saw price do this. It broke through this trend line, and it gave me what? An impulsive move. And I saw when I came to the market, I saw an impulsive move down to the downside, and I saw a correction to the upside. So when I saw upon seeing this correction to the upside on the 1H, I also went lower. Remember, you have to play with all your time frames. There was always a trend in every time frame. I started from the 4H, I came to the 1H, and then I scaled into the 15 minutes. So from the 15 minutes time frame, actually saw price on the 15 minutes time frame. I saw price do what? After this impulsive move to the downside, I saw price pull back. So when price pulled back, I made my entries upon this green push, and then yeah, I knew it was going to be an impulsive move from there. So I went all in. Always remember, you have to use risk management. You can go all in, but just always remember to use risk management. It's best to have highly probable trades win over time than to have big wins and big losses. So that basically puts you at break even. So it's best to have highly probable trades win more often, and then have maybe a little bit of losses here and there, but overall puts you at a good profit level. So what price did it broke to my TP, and then price did what came down. So at this point, I could have actually gotten more entries, but yeah, you plan your trade and you trade your plan I planned this trade to get a 3.8 and I'll be out of the market. And it was on a Saturday, so on the Sundays, I don't really trade on Sundays. But price actually reacted perfectly to my support and resistance. So on Sunday, what price actually did was it's actually respected my analysis. No, not my analysis though, but yeah, price actually reacted to my analysis charts. So price broke through and then came and retested here. So I could have gotten in over here too. And then that would have been a beautiful trade. That would have been a beautiful trade. But yeah, what would I have done? Price reacted here. What would I have been looking for? Price to form a double top pin bar, any kind of candle. My stop loss would have been up here. And then targets. What would you do for targets? Always remember to look to your left. Look to your left for possible structure. Now at this point, what can I see over here? I could have taken profit over here. Could have actually taken profit over there. That's to be on the safe side. Always looking at the left, you could have taken profit over there. So that would have been a 2 to that would have been a 1 to 7, but 1 to 7 isn't that bad. And then you could also go for 1 to 3, 1 is to 3, or even the trade really moved well, really moved well. That was beautiful. But I usually what I do is I look to my left and look at the next demand zone price could react to before I set my TPs, and my stops is always above the previous lower high or lower low or higher high or higher low. So yeah, price actually from the double top on the 15 minutes, bro. This would have been a beautiful entry. 15 minutes double top. Man, that's the textbook example. 15 minutes double top and then the impulsive move straight throughout. That would have been a beautiful, beautiful trade. Yeah, so yeah, that's my thoughts on